Okay, good morning, everyone. Today, what we're going to do is we are going to do lab number 9, and that is the box model. And let me show you what we're going to do with this. We basically have one page to create. We have a simple headline, a picture, but here's where it really changes. We've got this quote, full quote box over here that is positioned to the right. And that's what we're kind of really working on in this web page. So we've got a lot to do here. Let's get started. I want to start by setting this up. And what I've decided to do is to set this up a container for the whole thing. And then I'm going to create some divs for this right here so I can style these. So let's figure that out. Let me get rid of that. We don't need any JavaScript, and I don't need this right here. Okay, so let's start with our div. I'm going to start with the div. Oops, that's why it's not working. Div ID equals container. Okay, and we'll put everything in that div, so I'll give it a little bit of room here. And then I will have another div. And I think for this assignment here, I'm going to call this, I can call this the quote box and the star and the quote. Maybe that's what I'll do. Quote box, star, and quote. Quote box. And then I need the that star. And then we need a quote. Okay, so now I want this star and the quote to be in the quote box. So I'm going to take this div tag here, the ending tag. I'm going to cut that. I'm going to put that down here because I want these two things to be inside this div. So the star and the quote will be in the quote box div. And then all these divs will be in this container div. Okay, so that's how I want to do that. So basically, I have the structure of my divs now. I've got them worked out, and I've got to start getting some content here to put in and figure this out. So I've already downloaded the text. If you don't have this text, you really don't have to use this exact text. You could just paste in any old text, but if you want to do that, that's fine. And I'm just, for right now, I'm just going to paste it in right down here because I'll just cut and paste between what I need. Okay, so let's look at the lab here. So we have this title right here. It looks like it's an H1. And okay, so they want this to be an H1, but they want to get the font from here. So I'll have to figure out how I want to do that. But for one, let's just go ahead and make this an H1, and then we will figure out that later. Okay. So this right here, this is the headline. I'm going to cut that, and in the container, I'm just going to do it H1. I'll paste that in there, and that's the start of our H1. Okay. So let's take another look at what we have. We need this picture right here, and I have that on my web page, but you could use any old picture. And it says it wants a 20 pixel padding. So let's just get the picture in for now. We'll worry about the padding later. So the picture is on my web page, and you can scroll down to my web page and then right click and then copy image address. Let's go back here and get that picture in there. G src equals link. And you can close that. So we've got a picture in there, but we're going to need some padding in there, and we can do that a little bit later. Okay. So next, what do you want to do? Okay. We need this New York here to be like a subhead, and it's going to be a different color. Okay, so we can create a subhead class for this, and let's do it this way. Span, and in this span, we're going to go class equals okay, maybe this is not what I want to do here. Okay, so I need to get rid of this caret right here and put that right there. Oops. And that should work. And then let's put that title in there. Okay, so in here, what we want to do is we want to put that title right here. Cut that and put it right there. Okay, and then I'm gonna do a break. And maybe 2 breaks. Okay. And so let's look at our example real quick. We want that down a little bit, so we might do some more breaks here. Let's do a break right here. Okay, and how much room do we have there? A little bit of room. So again, 2 breaks might be good here. Okay, that gave it a little bit of room. So we can style this a little bit later. Let's get the rest of it laid out, and then we will work on the styling. Okay, so what else do we have to do? So we have this here that is probably a paragraph tag. So let's do that. And we'll just put it right in there. Okay, and let's see what else we have here. So down below is going to be a paragraph also. So let's do that. So we've got our paragraph there. And then let's make this here also paragraph. Let's go back up there. And we're going to put it right below this stuff right here. Okay. You know, also I'm going to put some breaks in here because I want a little bit of space. So let's do that. Let's put some breaks in there. So I want to put that this box right here, right in there. Okay, so let's see what we got here. It looks okay. Okay, so now we've got this quote box in here. Let's see here. What is quote? Okay. So let's do that. We got to get that quote. Oh, here's the quote right here. This is what we want to take out. And we're going to put it in that quote div right here. Okay. So we've actually got the quote separate from these paragraphs, and we got some breaks in between them. Okay, we should be good to go. We have the star. Let's get that star image. So what I want to do here is go in image. And then let's go back and get that star image. I'm going to copy that. Copy image address, and I'm just going to paste it right in there. So we have our star now here. Okay, so what else do we need in here? We've got our picture, we got our star. We need to work on this box. We can do that. Okay, I'm back. I had class, and I had the students kind of want you to be in class, so I had to leave. And what I thought I would do is start with the CSS now. I noticed an error, and I wanted to show you what I fixed before. I noticed that I hadn't enclosed this ending tag here, and it was causing me a problem. And I did some of the CSS and came back and saw that there was an issue. I couldn't quite figure out what I was doing wrong. So I eventually figured it out, and there was a little issue right there. I didn't close something. So I just decided to close it, and I'm good to go. And I thought we would do the CSS now. So what I want to do is I want to go ahead and create this box here. And I set up the structure to do this, so it shouldn't be too hard to do it. We've got to do that in the CSS. So that div we called quote box. So I also changed this to a class. So if I did mention that, I changed to a class. So when I do a class, I want to go dot and then quote box. Okay, and I got to do the curly cues. Okay, so let's style this thing real quick. Let's give it a size. Width. And let's go with 400. I think in my lab it says 300, but I think 400 is a better size. And right, and let's go with like 150. May have to change that. So we'll see how it goes here. And then I need the color, and I know that's on the lab. So there's the color right there. So we'll do a background color for that. And there we go for background color. Okay, so we have the color, background color. We need the color of the font. That was white. Sorry, I want to capitalize everything. Okay, so we've got that. And then we need some padding. Whoops. Come on. Okay, now we need some padding. And for now, let's just do, let's do 10 pixels for now. We may change that later. Okay. So now what we need to do is we need to move this quote up to the bottom of the star. It's not below the star. It's kind of even with the star. So to do that, what we can do is we can create the div quote, and we can move that div. We can make a margin, top margin. So I'm going to go ahead and go, okay, so for my quote there, I think I'll do margin top. Let's do, just try 30 pixels and see what that looks like. Okay, 30 pixels wrong. Let's go 5 pixels. No, how about we go negative 15 pixels? Okay. Let's to move it over. Let's do this. We could do a star div and float it left and float this next to the star div. That's one way of doing it. Um, or we could just do margin left. So let's see if we did it margin left. And we just made it like, I don't know, 40 pixels. I mean, that's one way we could do it and it'd be an easy way to fix it. But I think we'll just leave it like that for now. Let's change the padding on this to like 5 pixels. I think it might look a little bit better. And let's change the size also, the height. Let's make it a little bit smaller. Okay. I'm okay with that. Okay, and you can hear a truck backing up here. Okay, so we've got that, but we need to get this over to the right. So what we're going to do is we're going to float that, and we'll just float it to the right. Okay, so we've got some space in there. I know we got to get this down below, so we can just do some more breaks if we want to. Let's just do that. Okay, so let's take a look at it. Okay, so we've got it below here. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to make this a color, and we need to make it Verdana 14 points. So let's do that. So we got it right there. And where are we at up here? Okay, so it's right here. So what we can do is we can come down here where it says subhead, and we made that a class dot subhead in our curly cues. So we can go font, and I'll get rid of that so you can see it. Font family, and we can type in there we go. And then you know that it'll go Verdana first, and then Geneva, and then a sans serif if there's no other alternatives. Okay, and then we want to go font. Oops. Scroll down a minute. Font size. And what was it? 14 point? I don't remember. I know it's a color though. And then we're going to go with the color. Okay, so let's take a look and see what it looks like here. Okay. We might also want to set our container size. We may need to do that. I don't know that we have to, but let's go ahead and do that real quick. And that is a div. And let's just make a size for that. Width 800px. Let's see how that looks. Okay, that feels good to me. Okay. Let's see what else we need to do. Okay, so this quote right here. I think it's also Verdana. 10 point. Okay, so let's do that. Okay. See if we've got everything taken care of. We got our headline, got our picture, got okay. We need a 20 pixel padding around this right here. So let's do that real quick, and we'll go ahead and do that here in the HTML. Let's do that. Okay, so let's. I think. No, I think style. Don't remember if it's an equal style. No, I think it's just like that. Style, heading. Oh, maybe it's style equals. Okay. Yep, that's right. That's how you would do it. So we had to go styles equals and then padding colon 20 pixels. Okay, so we got that. Okay, I think we got it. Yeah, I think that's it. So we got it under control here. See if there's nothing else we need to do. Looks like we're good to go. Yep, we've finished it up. So let's take another quick look at it really quickly. Okay, I think on theirs they probably put some of these in paragraphs. Let's take a look. So they have some paragraphs here, and they actually have a paragraph here. So maybe we should fix that. So they end the paragraph on the researcher said. So let's go over here. Okay, so let's just close this paragraph and then just start a new one here. Okay, and then let's go down here. I know that they had some paragraphs down here. And then after he said, let's do a new paragraph. Okay. Yep, and then let's just start a new opening tag there. And then let's just do that here. Let's just end this here too. I think it'll look better. Start a new tag there. So what I did was I just separated these out in paragraphs. I think it looks a little bit better. I think that's what the lab intends to do. So I think we got that under control. Okay. So now what we have to do is save that and download it, and this is what you'll submit. Remember, for my class, I'd like some print screens, but when you do your print screens, please scroll down some and do a couple print screens for me so I can see all your code. And I will see you guys next time.